Hi, this is Carl the Cobra Frutch, and you're watching Lights Out.
This is Faisal for Lights Out, proudly sponsored by Spartans Law. We're here at the press conference in London ahead of Friday night's huge fight at the O2 Indigo, and on that undercard will be featuring Harlem Eubank takes on Sean Masha Dodds. Harlem, good afternoon, mate. How you doing?
Afternoon, I'm very well. Round and ready.
Yeah, you look ready to go. Firstly, just obviously want to ask you, has training camp preparation gone for the fight? How are you feeling going into Friday night?
It's been excellent preparation. It's gone nice and smooth, and the fight's come up very quick, and all the work's been done. Had a great camp and ready to go now.
Let's just talk a bit about obviously your experience so far with Wasserman. I believe you signed last year at the back end of September. You fought, was it once or twice?
I fought twice now. I fought October in Latvia and on Chris' undercard in February. So good activity, and that's exactly what I need to make me produce the goods in the ring, and now out again Friday night, and I'm ready to put on another show.
How happy are you with the progression you've made on the Wasserman boxing so far?
I'm happy. I just needed activity, and Wasserman and Sauerland brothers, they're giving me the activity I need to improve as a fighter, and I'm in position to carry on that now with Friday night, and then towards the end of the year, and really start pushing on and showing the division and the boxing public what I can do.
This Friday night you're up against an experienced fighter in Sean Dodds. How important for your career, Harlem, is it that we perhaps see a career best performance from you going on Friday night?
I think every performance I've had is a career best performance. I'm improving with each fight, and I think that's showing each fight. I'm getting better, I'm showing little bits of my game, and I'm improving very quickly, and I'm planning on putting on a career best this Friday as well.
Is it fair to say that this is potentially the biggest fight of your career so far?
Most definitely. Most experienced opponent in Sean Masha Dodds. He's been around the circuit, he's been in huge fights, British title fights, Commonwealth title fights, and it's the most experienced fighter I've faced to date, so it's going to be a good test, but one that I'm going to come through and in good style.
Sean's obviously been through a tough time out of the ring as well. It's almost as if he's coming into his fight with no pressure on him. You know, he's been around in boxing a very long time as well. Does that make this an even more dangerous fight for yourself on Friday night?
Yeah, this is the best version of Sean Masha Dodds. He's coming in with a new energy. He's come through what he's been through, and he's coming through fresh. He's coming through the other side, a better man, and I'm going to get the best version of Sean Masha Dodds on Friday night, and that's exactly what I've been preparing for.
A win and a good performance can put you onto bigger and better things going into the rest of the year. Is the overall plan to perhaps maybe get your hands on that British title in 2022?
Definitely. I think that title's got my name on it. So late 2022, going into the new year, I think it's mine, you know.
Whenever we hear the Eubank names in boxing, we always look back to the good old days of Chris Eubank Sr. His son's obviously doing big things as well in boxing, and obviously you as his nephew, cousin of Chris Eubank Jr. What's it like trying to live up to the Eubank name in boxing right now? Do you thrive on that pressure?
Most definitely. My family's created a legacy. Everything Chris Sr. has done in boxing, and Junior following on, creates more pressure to try and fulfill my own goals, and try and push on as far as I can go and fulfill my potential in the sport, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing here right now, getting better with each fight and fulfilling my potential.
We was all expecting for an announcement of Chris's next fight to be with Kell Brook. That's obviously not proven to be the case. Kell Brook announced his retirement last week. What would you like to see your cousin Chris Eubank Jr. do next?
I'd like to see him in there with Golovkin, Triple G. It's the fight he wanted way back, when Kell got given the opportunity, and I think it's time now for Chris. I think Chris, it's the perfect time for Golovkin right now, and I think he wants that fight, and it'll be a massive fight. Everyone will want to see that fight. It'll be all action, with the lights of Golovkin in front of him, and the dangers that he presents, and Chris's work rate and ferocity. It makes for a fan-friendly, all action-packed fight. So I think that's the fight next for him.
With the way Chris has progressed under Roy Jones Jr. and on the back of Golovkin's last fight, how do you think Chris gets on with Golovkin right now?
I think it's a challenging fight that Chris can potentially dominate should he go about it the right way. I think he has all the tools to beat Golovkin right now, and I think now's the time. It's Golovkin's shown what he can do against the best, and I think it's the fight next for Chris to prove what he can really do in the sport.
One of the biggest talking points in boxing right now is going back to last weekend, Canelo's defeat to Bivol. Harlem, would you say that was a shocker, or did you see that coming?
I didn't know how to call it really. I mean, you favour Canelo just because he's got that confidence and on that winning streak against different styles, but Dimitri Bivol's a whole different animal. He's a light heavyweight, and he's a monster at light heavyweight. And I think the difference was he can box. He's a puncher. At light heavyweight, he's a power puncher that prefers to box, making it hard for Canelo to wear him down and get to him late on in the fight. So I think it was a combination of Bivol's talent, power, combined with the size difference. I just think Canelo couldn't implement the breaking down of a fight how he usually does.
Bivol has said obviously throughout the week that he would fancy the rematch, perhaps even at super middleweight. Can Canelo win that rematch, regardless of what weight it's at?
I think it's very interesting at super middle. I would think that Canelo is going to go back to the drawing board and overanalyze and really get into the details of what he did and how to be more efficient and more effective against him. So that at super middle it's a very, very entertaining and a fight that I want to watch for sure.
Right, Harlem, well, thank you very much for your time. I'll let you carry on. I know there's dozens of people here that I want to speak to you. Thank you very much for your time. Best of luck for Friday night. We look forward to speaking to you after fight night.
Thanks very much.